Here's the latest episode of TrendSpotting and the topics that got you talking this week. Hafade, I'm Adriana Cotero, and here's the latest episode of TrendSpotting and the topics that got you talking this week. There's no doubt that COVID-19 has dominated the news again this week, affecting each and every one of our lives. From a top Trump cabinet member's visit to Guam leading to his resignation to the end of the school year for thousands. Here are some of the stories on this weekend's TrendSpotting report. An outbreak of COVID-19 on the USS Theodore Roosevelt late last month was serious enough to prompt the ship captain to sound the alarm and plead to save his crew. The Navy, however, penalized Captain Brett Crozer for his leaked letter to the Pentagon, removing him from manning the 5,000-member carrier. In publicized Pentagon briefings, Acting Navy Secretary Thomas Modly chastised Crozer for saying he broke chain of command, but that wasn't enough for the head of the Navy. On Monday, Modly was on Guam slamming the fired captain in a speech to Roosevelt crew members. Quote, if he didn't think that information was gonna get out to the public in this information age that we live in, then A, he was too naive or too stupid to be the commanding officer of a ship like this, Modly said. Like Crozer's letter, Modly's speech also was leaked. Feeling the heat from Congress, Modly did an about-face on his comments and apologized. He then resigned 2 days later. At last count, more than 400 members of the ship tested positive for COVID-19, with at least one hospitalized in the ICU. Another 3,000 have been moved on shore to local hotels and on base, while the rest remain on the ship. And here's what you all had to say. While many of us were excited to get out of home isolation this month, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero instead extended the public health emergency until May 5th. That means non-essential businesses remain closed and residents are ordered to stay home. With the extension, the island also saw the end of non-essential purchases at stores like Kmart, which has cornered off merchandise. The governor continues to wait for the legislature to give her restrictions more teeth by possibly enacting a curfew as well as fines for those who continue to defy the order by gathering outside. The order comes as Guam saw a spike in confirmed infections, 17 in one day earlier this week. While we also continue to see numbers in single digits, Dr. Felix Cabrera of the governor's physicians group warned we cannot let our guard down as we see better projections and lower positive numbers. Quote, just because there's a few cases that came up positive from the day before, or what have you, that's because we did good stuff 2 weeks ago. And when you see a spike up in cases, that's probably because we relaxed 2 weeks ago, he said. It's all the more reason everyone should remain extremely vigilant by practicing social distancing, washing your hands, masking up, and staying home. Speaking of staying home, school is out for summer. That's at least for the Guam Department of Education students who got the word from Superintendent John Fernandez. The Guam Education Policy Board is expected to make decisions on grading for students as well as easing graduation requirements. For those seniors this year, there likely won't be a physical ceremony, Fernandez said. A relief for many struggling from unemployment or shortened hours due to COVID-19. The governor announced she's advancing $11 million in rebates for the island's most vulnerable. Those who filed taxes in 2018 and made less than $10,000 are expected to get checks next week. Using local funds, this is an advance to the federal economic stimulus from the CARES Act, which isn't expected to be ready for several more weeks. Individuals are expected to get $1,200, while married couples will receive $2,400. Also, there's $500 coming for each child 17 and under. We're leaving this week behind with more good news and semblance of some faith through hard times. KUAM Communications has continued to partner with the Archdiocese of Agana to broadcast Mass and services on TV as well as on social media. Although we cannot gather at our churches or be with our extended families throughout this difficult time, thousands of Guamanians logging on for services each day shows how we continue to share in traditions, just in a different way this year. Those traditions include Solemn Holy Week with Good Friday and, of course, Easter Sunday, a cornerstone of the Christian faith. Happy Easter, everyone. Stay home, and don't forget to wash your hands. Thank you for tuning in to TrendSpotting, and thank you for staying connected on all our social media platforms. Again, happy Easter. I'm Adriana Cotero. Be safe.